this lesson, I'm going to show you a nice clever trick how to create a dotted line in Adobe Illustrator. Now, unlike programs like InDesign where you can actually create a dotted line, Illustrator doesn't allow you to do this. You can create dashed lines, but not lines that are comprised of dots. So what we're going to do is we're going to get our line segment tool and holding Shift, draw a straight line. And let's just make this black. And let's bring the weight up to 30. Okay. And now we're going to tick the dashed line box. And as you can see, we get something that looks like that. So now if we set our dash to 0 and our gap to 40, and then we select our cap and change that to round cap, we get our dotted line. And you can select this again and you can adjust the gap to 100. And it will space the dots even further apart. And if I zoom out and lengthen the line, you'll see that it keeps all the dots, and the dots will just continue to go as long as the line. We could bring that down to say 60. And you can adjust the width like that. Or similarly, you can create a shape, and it will also work, and it will apply the dots to the outside of the shape. And here you can switch between these two different options that just control how it handles corners. So this option on the right that I've just selected ensures that a dot is in every corner, whereas this one rounds them off a little bit. Okay, there you go. That's a cheeky way how to create dotted lines in Adobe Illustrator. In this lesson, I'm going to show you how you can add text to a path in Adobe Illustrator. So we're going to select our ellipse tool, and holding Shift, we're going to create a circle. And we're going to swap the fill and the stroke. And then we're going to hold down left on the text tool, and then go to type on a path. And click anywhere on the outline of the circle. And we can type our text here. And then if you press Command Y on the Mac and Control Y on the PC, you'll be able to see the shape again. And then if you select the direct selection tool up here, at the start, you'll be able to see there's two arrows here, one pointing left and one pointing right. So if I make sure it's pointing left and left click, I can then move this text back and move it around the circle, or I can get the arrow that's pointing right and push it around to the right. But for now, I think I want it to line up. And what you can also do is go to View, Show Rulers, and then drag a ruler down to the bottom of the A. And then just go to View, Guides, and Show Guides so that it's visible. Okay, and we've got that. Let's get that arrow back, and we can just make sure that both the E and the A line up. So if I switch back to the other view and then hide our guides, you can see that we've got our text on a path, and the bottom of the A and the bottom of the E both line up. Now we've still got this circle here as part of it. Okay, so what we can do is, with this selected, just go up to Object, Expand, and with these two selected, just click OK. And now if you switch to the other view, you can see that it's removed any circle that was down here, and we're left with just the text. Okay, and that's how you add text to a path in Adobe Illustrator. You can use the distortion functions in Illustrator to distort some text. Okay, so we're going to select our text tool here, and we're going to click and type distort. Let's make that a bit bigger, and we'll make it a bit bolder as well. Okay. And if we go to Object, Envelope Distort, and Make with Warp, what we do is we get a set of options pop up. So we've got Arc, currently selected, and then you've got all these different ones. So it's definitely worth having a play with some of these. But you can switch how you want to distort it. And then if you have something like Arc, you can adjust the bend, how low it goes or how high it goes, and then how it works from left to right. And then from bottom to top. So another one you could use is Bulge. And you really can use these to create some crazy effects in Adobe Illustrator. And you can have a lot of fun playing around with all these different effects. And then once you've got something that you're happy with, you can then select it, go to Object, Expand, select both Object and Fill, and then pressing Command Y on the Mac or Control Y on PC, you'll be able to see that it's now completed the effect. You can't go back and edit it any longer, but this is now the final shape. And that's how you distort text in Adobe Illustrator.